Hello everyone, and welcome back to Allthemodium. We are back on the server. In the last episode, I believe we hooked up these guys here. Essentially, I think those were particles from landing. Essentially, this is a potion brewer, and it's able to do pretty much every potion we want to. All we would have to do is add in a recipe into here, and then probably one in there, I guess, to get the finished product. But it's pretty cool. Essentially, this guy makes, like, say, the awkward potion. Then it goes in here, and it gets turned into, I guess, whatever potion it's meant to be. And then from there, it goes into this guy, and it gets upgraded, I guess. So, like, for example, you would have, like, what did I use? I did the potion of knowledge. So we had one create the potion of knowledge in this guy. Then in the second one, we upgrade that potion of knowledge to potion of knowledge 2, right? So that's for any of those extra ones. And then that guy goes right into here to be bottled. So yeah, it's pretty neat. One thing I do realize is if we ever want to create a potion that doesn't require that extra step, we'll have to make sure that we set it up directly on this guy because he has to, because of the current way that the potions work, being that you can't actually get the liquid form of the potion to show up in JEI, or at least I don't know how to. He has to be directly next to this machine so that he can pipe in his liquids directly. You can obviously use a pipe as well to go over here, but we can't have the liquid go into our system and then try and get it out of there because that doesn't work. Anyway, that was the pain of the last episode. We're past that. Another thing, real quick, is we've learned from the comments that this guy can actually smelt compressed blocks, and we were compressing a piece of cobble 8 times. Does it go any higher, or is 8 the max? I feel like it goes to 9. It does go to 9, but I don't think we had enough cobble for the 9. But look at what you can do. You can get compressed cobble 8 times, and I believe you can smelt the entire thing. Okay, so I'm not talking like I don't know. This is just phenomenal. Like, this is an incredible amount of cobble. This is like stacks upon 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 stacks of cobble. And I just turned all of it into stone in one swift motion. That's incredible. And then if we wanted to, we could uncraft this back into just raw stone. And like, how much stone do we have at the moment? We have 20,000. I'm pretty sure this is a lot more than 20,000. In fact, I believe we can actually see how much it is. Compressed cobble 8 times is 531,000. Wait, no. That's 531,000 compressed cobble. 2 times compressed cobble. That's incredible. You'd have to times that by 9, then times that by 9 again, I believe, to get the actual value. That is actually remarkable. Okay, so that was the last episode. In this episode, is my stuff not going to go away? We're not completely full yet. In this episode, I want to do something completely different that we haven't messed around with before, or at least I don't remember messing around with it. We need to get string for our, what's it called? Our infinite storage part, this guy here. We don't have enough string. We also need some quartz, but we'll figure out the lens for that. But we need a lot of string. There's a few ways to get string. Obviously, there's killing spiders. We could set that up in a woot mob farm if we wanted to, and we possibly could. That's not a bad idea. We might honestly end up doing that. Because it means that, there's no mobs and stuff, which means the server's happy, that sort of thing. What else was I going to say? We can also use sheep in a woot farm, or some sort of mob farm. The thing that you can do with sheep is obviously you get wool, and then the wool you can put into a crusher, and that turns it into string again. So that works. You can also grow it, which is not a bad idea as well. You can grow, like, flax from Pam's Harvest Craft. You can grow jute, apparently. Penaf, sisal, all of these things that you're seeing it cycle through, cotton, you can turn into string. And because it's farmable, it's incredible. You can get so much from it. Industrial hemp as well. Some spider drops. You can also farm spider essence from spider seed. So there's a lot of ways that you can get it, right? Another one, actually, that I might try is a spider web sapling. This is a thing you can do. That's pretty cool. I think UU matter can be turned into wool. So that's essentially another way that you can do it. There's a lot of options. I, however, am going to do none of those. We're going to try and fish for it. We're going to try and use these fisherman strainers to get us string. We'll see how they work. We'll see if they're worth using. Because you can actually put enchantments on these. So you can make them be like, you know, fortune and stuff. They're like super efficient, that sort of thing. So yeah, I guess we'll give it a shot. I don't really know what it involves or how easy it is to make. But we're gonna, you know, we're gonna give it a shot. How does that sound? So I've bookmarked a bunch of stuff here that we're gonna need. The first things first, I want to get this reinforced fisherman's strainer. It seems pretty cool. It's gonna cost us a bit of bamboo, which we have bamboo growing on the island, but I don't think we have a way to farm it just yet. And then an obsidian mesh, which is pretty cheap. In terms of the strainers from Atwater Strainer, there seems to be the survivalist strainer, and then you can do it solid or reinforced. And then there's the fisherman strainer, and you can do solid or reinforced. And it seems like when you make them solid or reinforced, they get more uses, so more durability, and they also get a little bit more efficient. And then with the reinforced here, you actually get the ability to enchant it. So that's the thing you can do. Another thing we'll need is a strainer base. I think, honestly, we probably don't need patterns for this, but the reason why I'm making patterns is because they have a durability, which means that they're probably going to run out eventually, you know what I mean? So we might as well do this. Alright, so we have the reinforced fisherman strainer. That was honestly really easy to make. Next thing we need is a strainer base. This uses some wood, hopper, and a chest. Pretty cheap stuff, which means I'm thinking it's probably not going to be that impressive in terms of its string gathering capabilities. There's this thing, an efficiency meter. I don't know what it does, but we can make it, so I'm going to. We'll see what it does. It right-clicks on a strainer base to measure its efficiency. Sure. There's a bait pot, which apparently decreases bait consumption. I don't know, but we're gonna make one. There's a worm bin. This guy needs some composters, so we'll make a few of these, and then you can make a worm bin. And it's similar to a composter, like you put, you know, food and vegetables in there and stuff, and it makes you fertilizer, but it also creates worms. The other way to get worms is with a garden trowel, and I don't have any bricks, so we're probably just not going to do that. Okay. So, where are we setting this up? Honestly, this is actually a nice area to set it up, because it needs to be in water, so I could probably place it like along this shore here. We can maybe open it up, or I could even put it down here. And since we need to replace these strainers, we can connect it right up to our refined storage network. So this does not seem like a bad idea. Oh, is that me splashing in the water, or is that creepy crawly? Let's do strainer base there. I think it needs to be further down, if I'm completely honest. Let's go do something like this, I think. Let's do a line out like that. We can maybe add some design here to make it not look as ugly. Maybe. Or we could not. We're going to place the strainer base in the water, like so. We're going to place a strainer on it, like so. And then I guess we can open it up. We can have a look at it and see what happens. So bait pot slot. We're going to put that in there. I might actually see if we can enchant this. Can we, if I press U? Okay, you can make it indestructible. So I guess it has... Yeah, it does have uses. Okay. We might as well make it indestructible then. I imagine we can make the strainer itself indestructible as well, so we'll probably do that. Can the worm bin be somehow upgraded? No. Let's place this worm bin here. Has a little interface, food slot, worm slot, fertilizer slot. I'm thinking, because like, how much food do we have? What do we have the most of that is a food? Carrots. We have a lot of carrots. We have a lot of wheat. I reckon we'll use carrots. I reckon we'll get a crafter. I mean, I don't know if this is going to work, but I feel like it might. I'm going to place the crafter like this. We're going to have to make a pattern for it, but that should be fine. And I think it actually tells you how much you get. So, for instance, 1 carrot does 75%. So we're going to have to figure out how many carrots does 100%. Which I think would be... Would it just be 4 carrots? Is that math? I think that's math. So I think what we want to do is we want to make this a processing pattern. We want to do 4 carrots equals... is there a... Did it say there's a percentage? Oh, actually, you know what? I think it's just a 75% chance that you get these things. Oh, so I don't think we actually want to do a crafter here. I thought it maybe would fill it up 75%, but that doesn't make sense, does it? Does it? Hold on. Let's give this a try. Let's put a carrot in here. Oh, is it going to open? Carrot goes in. And, oh no, it does. It does do what I thought it does. It does do what I thought it does. What a sentence. Okay. Yeah. We can do this. We can do this. So 4 carrots. That will make us 3 worms? I think it does 3 worms. I could be wrong. It's possible, but we'll see what happens. So that's going to be 3 worms. I mean, I guess we can do that. Let's try this. So 4 carrots equals 3 worms. First off, is that how this works? Let's grab some carrots, particularly 3 more, and see if we're going to get 3 worms from this. We do. We get exactly 3 worms. That's perfect. There's also going to be fertilizer, but I think we can automate that to be taken out a little bit differently. So I place this in here, the pattern. That should be good. And then to be honest, I think we just get an importer, right? If I place an importer here, that should... It takes the worms out. Okay. So now, if I search worm, I can, for instance... Oh, here we go. I can grab this worm. I can fly back into the base, where all my requesters are, and I can say, I would like a stack of worms, please. And I believe it's just going to craft me a stack of worms. We should be able to see carrots going in here. Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing. Okay, there we go. And we could upgrade the importer, but we honestly don't need to. Like, I mean, how often are we going to be using these worms? I guess it depends on how quickly this guy uses them. Okay. So far, so good. Things are doing what they're meant to do. This is already a better episode than the last few. Now we're going to try and see if our enchantment table wants to open. We're going to put the pot in. And, oh no, the pot can only be eternal. We're going to put the strainer in. And Fortune 2. Why is Fortune 2 the level 80 enchant? And Fortune 3 is the level 27 enchant. What is going on here? I think we do this one, though. Luck of the Sea, what is that, 6? Let me click it. This comes with Fortune 6, Luck of the Sea 6, Unbreaking 6, and Efficiency 7, I think. Okay, that sounds good to me. The next thing we need is the Eternal Stellar, this guy here. Luckily, we have pretty much, maybe not infinite, but we have a bunch of the stuff needed to make this. Like, if we look at the Stellarite pieces, we have 100 of them. If we look at the, what's it called? Is it just XP? This stuff? We have 300 of those, and then 111,000 of the ores. In fact, I imagine the Stellarite, like, do we have any of this, of the actual ores? I guess not, but, I don't know. We have more than enough. So what's next? I think I need my smithing table, which is, it's somewhere. I've placed it somewhere. We'll see it probably on our way back. The bait pot will now be indestructible. The strainer, it appears as though we can't make it indestructible. I'm wondering... So you can. Here's the problem. You can make it indestructible, but the problem that we have is quite clearly we've already got enchantments on it, and I guess we can't smith an enchantment onto it. I'm wondering as well, it's possible that specifically the unbreaking is a problem. What do we reckon? What do we think? What do we think we do here? Disenchantment. We have a disenchanter. I'm going to get some books. We have a disenchanter. Can I get more books? Is this do we have the technology? We do. We allegedly do. That's probably enough. Okay. I think this guy needs power, so we'll slap it up here, I guess. Here it is. It looks beautiful. Oh, I think we need essence as well. So, how do I do this easily? I think I have essence in this network. So I think if I get an exporter, I can export the essence into here, I think. We'll change this to fluids. We'll search essence. Industrial foregoing? Sure. Put that there. Is that filling up now? Come on. You know you want to... Yes, it is. Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay. We're going to place in our strainer, because I like all these enchantments it has. I think that's pretty good. We're going to put our book here, and we're going to do always on. And now we're going to take all of these books off. Okay. So we have everything here. Good. So far, once again, so far so good. The next thing I think we want to do is make it eternal. Oh, we have a smithing table inside. That's where it's been this whole time. So we're going to make this eternal, which means it has no uses. It's indestructible. At least it should be. Then I think we just chuck all the enchantments on. I mean, this... except for Unbreaking, because as you can see, it's incompatible. So that was the issue. Beautiful. No, yeah, okay. Well, I think we're good. Let's fly back over here. Let's open this guy up. We're gonna put in our little bait pot. We're gonna put in our strainer, and let's put in one worm and just see what happens. Worm goes in, no problem detected. This bar fills up. Okay. I also want to see what happens if I right-click it with this. Do you reckon it says it in the chat? Right-click on strainer base to measure its efficiency. It probably does. Okay, bonus efficiency plus 75%. Beautiful. All right, the next thing we're going to do is run some cabling through the ground here. I actually need to be in a little bit of a better spot. How do I do this? Boom, 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 boom. Because we're going to have worms be put in here and obviously take out all the sick loot we get. A neat thing you can do is if you actually start swimming, so I think I need to do this. There we go. What is that? Some netherite. If you actually start swimming, you can actually go in these one block little spots here. You can, build without having to make a massive hole. But as you can see, it does get a little bit hard to move around. Okay, so it should be done by now. So let's open it up. Oh no, it's not done yet. Now it is. Oh, it uses the one worm multiple times. Oh, and this pot does appear to have used. Both of these look like they've used their durability. It looks like I had to take them out for the durability to not be used up. We might have to implement some sort of system to automatically take them out and put them back in, because that does seem like a bit of a problem. But we've already gotten string. I'll be honest. This doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, it's not looking too good, is it? All right, I've exported worms in there, so now it's, I guess, filling up. Oh, we got a glass bottle. Ooh. I mean, do I even want to continue? Like, I mean, it's neat. In single player, this would be cool. Not in single player, sorry, but like in vanilla, this would be a cool little mod to have with it. But in the sea of mods that we have, I guess early game it could be nice as well. But like, this is not. Well, I think we didn't even get anything that time. I don't know. I reckon I just leave it. If these break, who cares? To be honest, it looks like their durability's only gone down by 1. I don't know if that's the efficiency talking, but I think they're indestructible. I don't think we have to worry about that. I am, however, gonna just leave this and let it do its thing. Oh, we got a fish. Okay. Let's do literally anything else. All right. So while we're on the topic of things that aren't necessarily the go-to, but it's worth seeing if they're worth it. Okay, and we've learned that maybe that wasn't worth doing. I want to check out this spiderweb sapling. It's going to use some string to make it, but then I mean, it sounds pretty cool. We can do a number of things with this. We can put it in a botany pot. We can just farm it as you would a normal tree, which I kind of want to see. So let's slap it down here, I guess. Let's bone mill it up. Okay. So it grows spiderweb fruit that we harvest with our hands. And if I break these, do they drop anything? They do. They actually do drop string. So you could farm this tree. Like, I could chop this tree down. Oh. And we actually got more string than it cost for the sapling. That's not too bad. Very interesting. Ooh, very, very interesting. I want to search, though. This is from Pam's Harvest Craft, right? Does Pam have a way to farm automatically? Like some sort of tree chopper, a harvester or something? It introduces a lot of foods, but I don't think it introduces, like, an actual farming method. No, it doesn't look like it. I'll have a look around. There's a few things. Like, there's this. Farming saplings to wood. We could try a forester. I mean, I like cycling, so we're probably going to try that anyway, regardless of what else happens. Is there some sort of chop? Is there a chop block? What's this? A block chopper from Tiny Redstone. Really? Hold on. How has this been added? At Tiny. Hold on. This thing sounds incredible. Give me a second. I've been messing around with Tiny Redstone a little bit every so often. And if this does what I'm hoping it does, I have a feeling this lets you chop any block to be used in, do we still even have them set up? In the Tiny Redstone. No, we don't have our Tiny Redstone set up. Can I put wood here? Oh, Oh my god. Oh, JP is gonna love this one. Oh my god. So you can have tiny redstone, right? In fact, I should probably grab an actual thing to show you. You can have tiny redstone, right? So this is a tiny little redstone that actually works. Like if I then get a big redstone, redstone. Nope, not tiny redstone. Where's my big redstone? Big redstone. Here we go. That's what it's called, by the way. It's called big redstone. Oh, can I grab it? Can I grab it? There we go. If I place this, you can see it actually works. Like the repeater works, the block works, but now you can actually put blocks. You can build you can build a tiny house. Oh my god, that is awesome. Because you might also know, in this mod pack, we have this guy, the personal shrinking device. Oh, and if my button wants to work, okay. Look, now I'm tiny, and I can make a tiny little house. That's awesome. All right, let's see. Can I become normal again? Thank you. Okay. Anyway, let me continue looking for different ways to chop trees. All right, so I've had a little bit of a look through. There's some interesting options. There's pedestals, which I'm probably not gonna do because yeah, we could do it. We might do it. It it probably does things really fast and really well, but the problem is it also probably doesn't plant things, which I also need my thing to do. I think a plant sower, I might need one of those. Plant fertilizer, that could come in handy. Um, a planter from supplementaries? What does this guy do? What do you do? Hmm. Um, planting shrine upgrade? Plant back harvested crops? Plant mystical flowers instead of traditional flowers? Okay. As you can see, there's a lot of options here. There's also a planter from pedestals. Pedestals, it's just... I feel like it's messy. It's probably doable, but I almost just don't want to do it. We messed around with pedestals a lot in the past, and I'm almost pedestaled out. It's very good, by the way. It is extremely powerful. It's just a little bit messy, I'd say. That's my personal thinking. I want to make one of these guys. I want to make a forester. We're gonna need some of this mason plate, which I swear I automated because it's horrible, but apparently I have not. That's fine. We can make this stuff. Everything's fine. Forester. I already made a harvester because I want to try that out as well. There's a small tree cutter from Engineer's Decor. We've used that before. Engineer's Decor. I'm wondering if there was like a big tree cutter because there's a small tree cutter, but is there is there a big tree cutter? It's not looking like it. I'll be honest. Nothing's really popping out to me. Oh, to be fair, there's a lot of stuff here. Like there's a chem thrower turret. That's a different mod, but yeah, okay. There's so many things. It's overwhelming. All right, so I'm probably not going to try the tree cutter again. We've used it before. It works well, but it's not really a large scale thing. The pedestal we'll leave there. We could do a create tree farm. That's possibly what we might do. There's hopper botany pots. That's likely what we could do. There's the plant gatherer. Oh, I just got rid of it. The plant gatherer. This guy we can probably craft, so I might as well. We'll give him a shot. There's no reason not to. All right, so that was an incredibly easy craft. A plant gatherer. There's a plant sower. This guy actually plants the saplings, or whatever seed or whatever you have. So we'll try that as well. There's a plant fertilizer. I guess we'll try it out. We'll go ahead and get one of these. That middle bit might take a little bit to craft. All right, so that's that part done, and that's honestly pretty much it. I think. 8 point. Yeah. Okay. So what do we do? What do we do? First things first. I want to test something. So we're going to grow this tree. I'm going to get a harvester from Cyclic. Which way do you need to face? You need to face the other way. So we have a harvester here. This guy, we can set the radius that he harvests in. So that's a pretty big radius. We can also make it go up a little bit. Like that. So he actually gets the saplings and whatnot. Or not the saplings, but the actual string. We can bring it back a bit. He does need power. So we're going to need a flux point. I believe I have flux points in my dank, but apparently this is faster to do. So there we go. He's powered up. He's good. We can do... Doesn't require redstone. Always on. Oh, actually, you know what? This guy looks like he's going to be dropping items, doesn't he? Like, he doesn't have an internal inventory. So we might. This is probably not a good idea for the server. I do want to see though, at the very least, if this works. So this thing's fully grown. Can I get this guy to like harvest it? That's ideally what I want to see here. I'm imagining a smaller area means it's more likely to happen, and then we can probably lower this to be like there. Oh, it did. It just did both of them. Okay, okay. So that is an option. If we accompanied this with an item collector and we made sure 100% that everything was in the same chunk and had the ability to be voided if there was like an overflow or even if there was a power loss or something, that's an option. That's something we could do. Okay. I like it. What I think though is that this plant gatherer, which has to be placed the other way, this guy might be the better option because I think he picks things up. So what I want to do here is get a range add-on. Let's get some big ones. All right, we have a range add-on. I'm going to place this in. Let's show the working area. So it still appears to act as if it's going to be harvesting. Oh. It chops trees? Oh. I I didn't know it chopped trees. What? That's awesome. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, the plot thickens. Okay. This guy's not too bad. The issue I currently have is the string doesn't get picked up. So that's still a problem. A harvester, sower, forester. Forester, farming saplings to wood. We'll try that guy out. Plant sower, plant fertilizer. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and grow this guy. Go on. Show us what you got. Hmm. Oh, here he goes. So he breaks them, and the string sadly just drops on the ground. Okay, so it doesn't. Hmm. Okay, okay. Now we know. Now we know. That's honestly a pretty good option. What about the forester from Cyclic? I think this guy has to be placed like this. Yep. So he's charged up. He's ready to be foresting. He's doing a pretty big area. Let's maybe bring that back a bit. We can have him be always on. Okay. He's excited. Let's go ahead and get a spider web. Let's get this and give this a shot. There we go. It exists. Always on. Do the thing. Chop the thing. Do the stuff. Oh, here we go. Okay. It's not... Well, I'm very confused. What's it doing? Is it just breaking things and they're falling on the ground? Is that all it's doing? I think that's what it's doing. Yeah, like it's dropping apples, it's dropping sticks. It's very slow at what it does. That's not that we're not doing that. That's already not the option. Okay, okay. One last thing I do want to try as well, just real quick while we're here. I want to see if I place the plant gatherer like this, because this, as you remember, will specifically harvest like this middle row. I want to see if that will harvest the fruits. Okay, he just chops the whole tree. he chops the whole tree. Okay. Okay, I do like that. All it's gonna leave on the ground is string. I think that's manageable. It is a problem though. I mean, we're also gonna have to plant the saplings. We're going to have to make sure that we're picking everything up. Like it's just messy. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to think about this for a second. But honestly, what I'm thinking is probably the best option. It's just botany pots. I mean, these are a lot cleaner at what they do. And then on top of that, I mean, this is just so that we can get string. I mean, we might as well just set up a root farm because that's even better. Ah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The sapling's not too bad. There is actually another thing I want to try before we completely give up here. A phytogenic insulator. Do we have one of these already? We don't, apparently. I thought we did, but I guess we don't. We're going to craft one. Apparently everything's easy to craft nowadays. Except for the gears. They're going to take a little bit. This guy essentially grows saplings. As you can see, 149 things he can grow here. He can grow seeds as well. He turns a carrot into 2 carrots. You just give it some water, a little bit of sunlight, and I guess some bone meal or some phyto grow. Either or. And he does the stuff and the things. So we'll give it a shot. We'll test him out. Where do we want to test it out? I reckon we should do it over here. I mean, we should. We honestly shouldn't even have that water strainer thing over there, or the bin, or whatever it was. Okay, phytogenic, blah blah blah. Let's go ahead and what do we want to do here? All right, so what we're gonna do here is slap on an importer. Oh no, I think I actually wanted exporters. I think I want 2 ultra exporters, not 2 of the ultra importers. We want to have an exporter there, I guess, and then, ideally we want 2 of these. How are we going to get power to this? Honestly, we should just entangle it. What am I doing? All right. We've got it entangled now. That was a quick and easy fix. That means these cables can go away again. So this is good. I also want to have we could either do an exporter or we could just get a sink. Which honestly, I mean, like, this is just a million times easier to do. Place a sink. How do I want to do this? All right, the sink can go like that, and it can be an exporter, and that'll be good enough. All I need to do is specify the back of this to be an input for water, and this should reconnect, although, as you can see, it's not really wanting to. Oh, there we go. Did that work? Yep, full of water. Beautiful. Next, we want to have the top be an input, and the bottom be an output. In the top, we want to say inside of this will go spiderweb saplings. Spiderweb saplings in the top. I know we don't really have any made, but there we go. I made a stack. How's that? So now this guy, you can see he's already on. He's now doing the thing. How much bone meal do we have? We have 300. I mean, we might as well. Let's put bone meal in here. Bone meal is now going in there, which means it should be a little bit faster. We can actually, though, also put in more of... Oh my god, why is it jumping around all the time? Are we actually, like, getting things that are constantly making this change? I think it is ores. I think ores are shooting up through this list and just, like, making a complete mess. I'm going to make a bunch of these. Okay, so just finished one there. I don't yet have that resonant integral component, which will make this faster. But we got 6 string, we got another sapling, and we got some logs. Not too bad. Honestly, this is actually viable. This is probably one of the best options we've seen so far. Believe it or not. It's pretty good. Here's my plan, by the way. I want to get one of these, obviously. This will speed it up apparently 4 times, which is awesome. In the future, I want to probably invest our first ATM star into an ATM star shard, which means we'll possibly have to make Milnir, but I think that's doable, and then you've got to use bedrock and stuff to break it. But what we can do is make this guy a creative flux efficiency. No RF used, very fast processing. I have no idea how fast, but I want it. I want this. I want to give it a shot. And I'm pretty sure the only thing we really need, like, this stuff, I think it's doable. We can make all that other crazy stuff. A charged snowball, that's easy. But I want to make this guy. He seems really fast. And I want that because we actually use quite a few of those machines. I think it'll be a worthy investment to see if it's fast enough. We can improve our, I believe it's currently our pulverizer is making all of these ingots, all of these dust, sorry. Which, if I'm being honest, I think we can change this back to be the, yeah, hold on. I'm going to be honest, I think most of this we can turn back into the crusher. So I might actually do that with a lot of these, like iron, tin, lead, silver, copper, nickel, gold. I think that'll be good enough. And then I just want to slap them into... I don't even know where our crusher is. Is it down here? Induction smelter. Enriching factory. Do we have a crusher? Alchemical imbuer, alchemical imbuer. Dragon forges, matter condenser. This is meant to be our... Isn't it? Didn't we have a... What did we do our crusher? Oh, hold on. I'm losing it. Oh, yes, we did have a chest, because now it goes into multiple of these guys. And it's pretty good. Do I have speed upgrades in all these? Speed, yep. Do I have it in all of them, though? No, I don't. I've got speed upgrades, and then in this last guy, I've also got speed upgrades. That's good enough. Okay, nice. So I'm going to put them in that chest. We'll go up here. It's going to go into this guy here. And I think that will make it so that we can make stuff a lot faster. So if I try and order 10 of these again, I don't know if I have to... Nope, we don't have to cancel the other one. This should be a lot faster. It already looks a lot faster. Yeah, okay. I'm still interested to see the upgrade for the pulverizer. Alright, we have this guy made. I'm going to go ahead and chuck him in. And we'll see what sort of performance increase we're looking at. So this first one's done. That's pretty fast. That's honestly pretty good. Now, I'm also curious because there's Phytogrow, extremely potent fertilizer. If we can make some of that, which it's possible we can, what can we easily make? What's that? Sand, apatite, and then this niter. That's very doable. I'm going to go make a pattern for this. I'm very interested now to see if it does things faster. Okay, I've made a stack of it. I don't know how much of each of those resources we have, so whether we'll run out of it or anything. But let's have a look. I'm going to switch this out. Is this faster? Look, you know what? We're going to do... I'm going to do some counting. Give me a second. Okay, with my counting, using the good old one Mississippi method, we save about a second. It looked to be 15 seconds down to 14 seconds. So, I mean, that's honestly a good enough excuse for me to use it. And do you want to see something absolutely cursed? Why are there stacks of 72? That is horrific. Oh, someone needs to be fired over this. That is gross. Okay, anyway. Let's get our Ultra Importer. And where do we put this guy? At the bottom. Ultra Importer. There we go. That's going to keep this guy nice and empty. I'm actually going to change this guy from being bone meal to being more of this Phytogrow. We might as well. I mean, I don't really see any harm in doing that. Let's also get a crafting card, a crafting upgrade. I never remember what it's called. That can go in there. And that should keep us stacked to the brim. Beautiful. Nice. Wonderful. So how much string is that going to get us? We currently have 23,000. I'm hopeful. It's not too bad. Like, this guy running 24/7 is not too bad. Keep in mind as well, this was honestly pretty easy to set up. I imagine it wouldn't be too hard to set up multiple of these, honestly. And when you compare the recipe for this guy, the Phytogenic guy, it's lumium, machine friendly, like all this stuff's easy. What's the lumium? How do you make lumium? Lumium can be made with tin, silver, and glowstone. That's, at this point in the game, that's not too hard to get. On the contrary, though, if I want a hopper bodney pot, it would cost me some terrasteel and a hopper hock, which, if you're not in Britannia, this is a nightmare to get. Like, if you don't know Britannia, that's a nightmare. And if you don't know pneumatic craft, this is a nightmare as well. Like, neither of these options are pretty easy. Like, honestly. And if we get this this hopper bodney pot, let's grab, like, do we have some better farmland that I can put it on? Do you reckon I can put this on Insanium farmland? In fact, can I turn this back into dirt? Or is that not a thing? I want to see, spider, web. Let's have a look. Place this guy, place Insanium, place this sapling. This takes a minute to grow. Okay, a minute to grow. Let's get a chest. Keeping in mind the, this guy here makes, what was it? I think it was 6 string in one go. That's what it looked like, at least. Let's chuck this guy on and see what he makes in a minute. This doesn't take a minute as well. This takes, what? 15 seconds, I counted, or 14 seconds. Not bad at all. This guy, he's already taking a minute. And if we just have a sneak peek, because we can have a look, it is going to make 75% of the time between 1 and 4 pieces of string. That is horrendous. That is absolutely horrendous. It's possible we can get a better piece of, like, dirt here. Like, you can have a look at all these different growth modifiers. They all do different amounts. What are we using? We're using Insanium farmland. I mean, I would hope that the Insanium farmland does a pretty good job. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the hopper bodney pot can live up to what this guy's currently doing. This guy's pretty cool. You can stack these guys, entangle them. Incredibly easy to do. I'm going to leave it with just this one. We're going to keep this one. We're going to check back in on the next episode. In fact, I'm going to get a sign. And how much string do we have currently? We have 24,000. We've already gone up a bit. 24,000 string. There we go. We're going to check in on the next episode and see how much we have. So that'll mean whether it's chunk loading when I'm not online. I'm not sure if it does that. Or even just sometimes when I'm joining the server, I usually walk around for a bit, check everything out, make sure that, like, try and figure out what we're going to do for the episode. Have a look at all the options we have. This will be running, and we'll see what it does. And then if it's not amazing, if it doesn't get us what we need, we'll probably, what do you call it? We'll probably just set up a woot farm. One last thing I want to do is I need to set up a lens for nether quartz. So we're going to do that real quick. I believe I need a variable card, a logic programmer, and a piece of lens, which we're going to get in this compact machine. So in this guy right here. I'll walk through it in case you didn't see this episode. This system allows us to switch between all these different colored doohickeys. So, I think I also need a receiver and a button screen module. So these two guys here. So I guess we'll do it on that middle chest there. Does it have anything in it? Nope. We're gonna take it. So I'm gonna place my receiver down. I'm going to shift right click with this module to link them together. We can come over here. I'm going to call this guy, I guess I'm going to call it white lens, because I think it's a white lens we need. It's going to just be a button. We can make it so that it's centered, and there we go. White lens. I guess we don't call them lens. I'll just call it white. So there we go. That's good. What we need to do now is actually go ahead and get a white lens. So, colored lens, I'm going to click white, because these default ones aren't actually white. They're just neutral. So now we have specifically a white one. We're going to come over here. We're going to slap it into this chest here. Oh, not yet. Logic programmer. Item. Place the lens in there as a filter. Place this variable card in so that it gets that filter. There we go. That is going to go on the back of this chest in export items. So we'll now export a white lens into here. We can place our white lens in there. And now, if I come over here and I press white, it should switch over. We should be able to check inside this chest. And it shouldn't be there. Okay, sometimes, and I would tell you why, but I don't know why. Sometimes this piece of redstone needs to be a repeater. I don't know why. Not a clue why, but sometimes it needs to be. So let's try this now. I'm going to click white. Okay. And now if I look in there, it's not in there. Because now it works. But in the last episode, I had to get rid of the repeater, and I had to make it redstone dust in order to get it to work. This is what we deal with. Like, it's unbelievable. If you're playing single player, I don't think you'll run into that issue. But if you are running into an issue with redstone, try adding a repeater delay to everything you have in your system. So, like, for example, if this still didn't work, I would try adding an extra repeater to each of these bits where this redstone is. And magically that would work. Just because of the way lag works and stuff like that. So let's do one last check here and then we'll wrap up. I believe our white lens is in here. We are doing the multi-miner. I need to scroll through here and find nether quartz. Okay, here it is. And sure enough, 12.51%. That's pretty good. We are now going to be getting a bunch of nether quartz. And as you can see, it's instantly getting processed. So hopefully, we'll be able to get our infinite storage part possibly in the next episode, depending on how well this works. Like, depending on how much nether quartz we get and how much string we get, we might be able to make it in the next episode. Cool. Okay. Honestly, pretty successful episode. We got a lot of stuff done. We learned a few things. We learned what was worth doing. Honestly, that Phytogenic guy, pretty good. Genuinely pretty good. I quite like him. We've used something in the past. It wasn't this guy. This guy does seeds as well, right? Yeah, he does. In the past, what did we use? It was from, I think it was from industrial foregoing. I think that was the issue. And we used some sort of artificial farmland. Mechanical dirt, I think it was. And this guy, I believe, needed... I don't know if it was mechanical dirt now. But it was something that we used. And the problem is he needed, like, ether dust. It was this guy, maybe. The hydroponic bed? I don't know. It was something, but it needed, like, ether dust or ether essence or something, which you get from void mining a wither. Like, very big setup. That guy, you just slap him down and he does the thing. Okay. Whew. There we go. We're done. We can relax. Thank you to the people supporting the channel financially. We have Oracle, Skeletor Jacob, Oathus, Derpy Snowluna, Mugs, and V-Rifty supporting supporting me financially through different donation links over on Discord. Then we have Coolest, V-Rifty, and Mugs, who are channel members here on the YouTubes. So yeah. And of course, thank you to everyone else. Thank you to the viewer at home. Thank you to JP for running everything, and thank you for you know, Polly for helping moderate, helping keep everything under control. But you guys are usually pretty good, so they don't have to do much. They do. They really do. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think we're done. I think we're good. That was a good episode. that was honestly, I'm happy with that one. That was a nice episode compared to the last two we did. The last two was such a mess. It was. Yeah. Okay. Everything just did what it did. Some things weren't good, but they did what they said they'd do. Okay. You can't fault them too hard. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.